Okay, good morning, folks. Good morning. Please silence your conversations. Buddy blocks and plants cheese for the park incident. Please silence your conversations or take them out back. Please turn down your cell phones. I'd appreciate it. This is your operational briefing for the park incident, July 31st. Your incident objectives are on page 1. They have not changed. In your current situational update, night operation Jed Gaines.
All right, good morning. Overall, yesterday was a good day, fairly quiet fire activity-wise. Starting down in Branch 5, the fire line looks really good. We continue to improve and mop up along the edge. Our biggest focus in Branch 5 yesterday was out in Cohasset, trying to mitigate any hazard trees and continue to mop up. There's a lot of heat still with ash pits out there that we're trying to get secured for the structure before we repop there. Moving up into Branch 10, on the south end of Branch 10 is still looking really good. All that's a good control line, continue to mop up. The north end of Branch 10 from 36 down to Mill Creek, we got crews in there going direct. It's really hard. The travel times are very long. Logistically, it's getting hard to support, so they're working on a different plan to get folks out there and possibly sticking them out there for a couple of days out there to get that piece buttoned up direct on that north end of Branch 10. Branch 12, north of 36, that little finger that squirted out the other day, the crews are going direct on that. We had a dozer in there last night. The dozer tipped over on its side. Non-injury was moved out, so they got to get that uprighted today. Moving over, the rest of Branch 12 looking real good. It's hung up still in Battle Creek, and they are continue to go direct in there and try to get that piece buttoned up. Over on the Branch 12, Branch 15 break down on Little Giant Mill Road. Crews are continuing to go direct on that, trying to keep that in check. Branch 15 working on contingency plans out and around Mineral, and we're still trying to line up where we're going to pinch this thing off between Branch 15 and Branch 20. Still a lot of heat out and established in Mill Creek and Deer Creek drainages out there. Branch 20, everything's looking really good along the 32 corridor. Mopping up that 150-acre, 120-acre slop in there that happened the other day on Humboldt and 32. Still a lot of heat, but we had a good day, got good mop up in there. The firing up that we did is all secured, tied in, and mopping up along the road. A lot of hazard trees and rollout where the firing up we did comes down onto 32, so a lot of work in there still. Branch 25, looking really good as well with the repop in there. Just controlling the perimeter, mopping up as far as we can in and around the structures, and everything all in there, all in all, is looking really good. Have a good day.
Weather, Jeff Tonkin.
Good morning. Smoke continues to dominate the fire environment, the concentration and location of that smoke. And if you notice this morning, a little smokier down here in Chico overnight. Smoke spread out concentrically and then kind of drifted down south toward Chico. So today we expect more widespread smoke and a little thicker on the Butte zone. Heaviest concentration of smoke will still be across Branch 15 and Branch 12 and to some extent Branch 20. But tonight we're going to see some southeast smoke transport winds start to push a lot of the smoke back across to the northwest. So by tomorrow, we should see higher concentrations of smoke across the northwest side of the perimeter here, getting into Redding and Red Bluff. For today, with all the widespread smoke, we should see much lighter winds. So generally, south and southwest and southeast winds about the 4 to 8 mile per hour range, and really low gusts in the afternoon, perhaps getting up to about 10 or 12 miles per hour. So fairly light winds today, but we're going to continue to see a trend upward in temperatures. Definitely starting tomorrow, more abrupt increasing temperatures tomorrow and decreasing relative humidity.
Fire behavior, Scott Weiss.
So we heard the IMET talk a lot about smoke. Smoke shading on this fire, it's going to keep temperatures cooler, and it's going to be more stability near the surface. However, I do think that once late afternoon comes, there is a chance for this fire to pick up. So if you see clear skies or the fire stand up, you're going to see changes out there. So for a safety standard, don't be complacent when working on areas that can be reburned. Just expect that if things start picking up, if the smoke starts clearing, we're going to see increased fire behavior with possible spotting. There's still a lot of fire intensity in there, especially the drainages, Antelope Creek, Mill Creek, and Deer Creek. The fire has been continuously running the drainages. It runs the south slope of the drainages, and it runs on the ridges. So there's still a lot of fire intensity out there. Our burn window, because of that smoke shading, is going to be a lot smaller. We're not going to see that increased fire behavior as long as you will on other days. So it's going to be advantageous for us. We're also going to have good moisture recoveries tonight. But tomorrow will be an increase in fire behavior, and every day after that. Longer burn windows, poor nighttime recoveries, and we're possibly going to see those plume developments increase throughout the day. Please open up your IEPs and look at the fire behavior forecast and brief your crews on that.
Safety, David Morrison.
Good morning. Today's safety products are on page 8 and 9 of your IAP. Please use those products to brief your crews prior to any work beginning out on the line. Traffic. Repopulation is occurring in a lot of areas that we have operations in. So with that, there's going to be a increase in public vehicles and heavy equipment all competing for the same space of road. So be alert, drive defensively, and plan for extended delays while you travel up and down those roads. Complacency. Changes are occurring quickly to weather, work locations, and your assignments. Be alert, be ready for those changes, and be ready to adjust as they occur. Thank you.
If you're in the back, if you reduce your conversation, I'd appreciate it. Operations, Mark Brunton.
Good morning. A lot of fantastic work's been done on this fire. We've had some days of really good weather that's helped us out to go direct, put together really good plans, start taking on and eating this elephant one bite at a time. Okay, a lot of challenges out there regardless with the change in the weather, and this thing is a beast. So as we're moving forward in the week, we see more and more challenges coming on in regards to our weather. And we're aware of that. We prepare for that. And we've had this opportunity to jump on this thing and take advantage of those opportunities. And today is one of those days of opportunity to get in there, and your leadership, your ops team has put together some very good plans, good strategy and tactics, and we're going to tackle that. Every day we've been challenged as our plans are moving forward, our operations moving forward. We've been getting those spot fires, and you guys have been reacting to those fantastic and taking care of those and keeping those from growing larger. That is commendable. That is a difficult task to do. We only have a finite amount of resources, and you're utilizing them wisely, and you're putting together working well and putting together a good solid plan. Focus. That's going to be the key today is focus, all right? We've got this opportunity. Let's build on our successes. Let's focus on the plan that's been set forth. Let's focus on our alternatives. Focus on a PACE model, because we have this small window to really have a big impact. Focus on sound strategy and tactics in your plan. And most importantly, focus like a champion today.
Air Operations, Matt Stanford.
Good morning. This morning, you can see the air around you. You can see the aircraft may not be able to fly early this morning, but just because what you see here doesn't mean they're not able to get out in other areas. We have 2 air attacks, 2 tankers, and 1 Type 1 tanker and 1 ASM available this morning. The Helco or air attack will be going up first at 0800 this morning to check the air, and one will either call for the other, or we'll maybe only use helicopters this morning. Whichever way it works, we'll have aircraft out there for you. We have 2 zones. We have the Butte zone and Tehama zone. In the Butte zone, with over 40 helicopters on this fire, we have helicopters available to you from the Chico helibase with 2 Helcos. From the Tehama helibase, we have over 32 helicopters available to you. 28 of those are water dropping. We have 3 night helicopters that are available for night shift. We have a daytime hoist, which is our Firehawk, Copter 606. We have Guard 840 for night. That gives us fire suppression and rescue activity for 24 hours a day on this incident. PG&E will be flying at 0600 till 8 a.m. in the morning. If you need to look up the air assets, please look at page 66, 67, and 68. And we have 2 mobile retardant plants in service. Have a good day.
Communications, Tom Webb.
Good morning. Today is a clone day. Come and get cloned today, please, both zones. We have 4 zones we're going to put in your radios today to include all the NIFSI system plans that we're going to in the future. Come and get cloned. You have to come and get cloned. There's special frequencies not in the state load. I'll say it one more time. You have to come and get cloned. For today, CDF Command 2, tone 10 or 11 is your command frequency. Command 10 works better in the Tehama zone. Command 11 works better in the Butte zone as a rule. But as you move around the incident, as you go around a bend in the road, you might have to change tones and that other repeater might cover that. Remember that for when we go to the NIFSI system. If you have any questions, come and see us. Oh, one last thing, air to ground change for the Butte zone this morning, which drove the need to clone. Air to ground 15 is our air to ground command. Air to ground tactical is the same frequency. We'll get those are in the clone, so come and get that clone one more time. If you have any questions, come see us in the comm unit in the respective base camps. Make it a safe shift.
Medical, Chris Urey.
Good morning. Today's medical plan's on page 71 in your IAP. At the bottom of the 206 is the reporting instructions for any line emergencies that you may have. Follow those instructions and we'll get you the help that you need. Please brief your crews on those procedures in your morning breakouts and your briefings this morning. We'll have Fireline medics, RIMS teams, and dedicated ALS ambulances out on the line for you today. We also have CalMat and MERT both here in the Butte base and also at the Tehama base. If you have any issues, you can come see myself in the medical unit right next door or the medical unit leader at the Tehama base. Have a safe shift.
Logistics, Steve Doman.
Good morning. If you turn to page 81 in your IEP, you'll find the logistics message for both the Tehama base and Butte base with your service hours and hydration locations. For resources assigned to the Butte base, refer to pages 85 and 87 for your facility map and ground support unit leader or ground support locations. For resources assigned to the Tehama base, refer to page 88 for your facility map and resource and ground support locations. For both the Butte and Tehama base on page 82, you're going to find a supply and ground support message. Ground support is set up and available for your repair and maintenance needs, including your level B services at 5,000 miles. And additionally, as a reminder, for any durable items left out on the line, we require a CAL FIRE 101 form signed by your division before you come back into supply to resupply your needs. Thank you.
Training, Sean Wilson.
Training specialists are available at both Butte and Tehama bases today. We currently have over 450 trainees on the park incident, but only we need about 300 of those have not checked in to training yet. So if you're a trainee on the incident or you have a trainee underneath you, make sure they come by the training office at either camp to check in. On page 72, today's IAP lists where those locations are, as well as which documents you need to bring by the training office. If you have any questions, just come by and see us. Thank you.
Information, Blanca Mercado.
Good morning. If you could please turn to page 73 in your IAP. I have the most recent numbers for your incident status box if you're clear to copy. We have acreage at 389,791. That's 389,791. Containment is at 18%. That's 18. Total personnel is at 5,849. That's 5,849. Just to the right of the page, you'll see 2 QR codes. The first one's the California State Penal Code that allows the media to enter scenes of a disaster. The one just below that is our CAL FIRE social media policy. Please become familiar with both. We are collecting photos and videos. Come see us, our trailers at the entrance of base camp. We do have a few items in lost and found. If you were driving a white pickup truck and lost a duffel bag, we have it. We also have a couple communication devices and credit cards, and a large box of fire engine parts. Mail service is available. Please utilize the example at the bottom of the page for your shipping label. Have a safe shift.
Liaison, Zach Hamill.
Good morning. We're still looking for cooperators, agency representatives, and stakeholders to check in with the liaisons. We have liaisons at both bases. Additionally, we are hosting a cooperators meeting at 10 a.m., and it's simulcast between the both bases. So if you're in Tehama base, you can go to the Tehama room. If you're at the Butte base, you can go to the Harvest Hall. Thank you.
At Finance, Roger Rains.
Good morning. The finance section in the Tehama zone is located in the metal building next to the briefing area. If you're here in the Butte zone, we're in the metal building just past the plans building here. Couple notes this morning. If you're a local government agency or OES, please check in at both zones, wherever you're assigned, with the OES rep. In the Tehama zone, the OES trailer is out by the front gate. Here in the Butte zone, it's just back over here past the light post in the middle of the travel area over here. Shift tickets. If you're line leadership, that includes division group soups, strike team leaders, staging area managers. We need you to sign those things and get them into finance in either area, either zone. Also, you can sign the federal shift tickets and CTRs, and we need to make sure you're doing that. If you're a federal employee or a federal contracted resource, we have a process set up now in both zones. Please see the second page of our finance message, and the whole finance message starts on page 75. Have a great day.
Butte Zone Operations, Jeremy Pierce.
Good morning. I know a common theme is thanking all you guys for your hard work, and it's sincere. There's a tremendous amount of work that's been done around this fire in a short period of time. So, just like when you're at home, if you've got company coming over to your house, you spend that day before they come over cleaning up your house, right? Making sure that everything's looking right. Well, tomorrow we got company coming, and it's Mother Nature, and she's overstaying her welcome by a couple of days. So I ask all of you guys to clean up your line, clean up your shop, look for your weak points, get those taken care of, strengthen your lines, and that's my ask for everybody today out there. And I know you guys are going to get out there and do it, so I appreciate it. We're going to start with a little roll call down to the division level. Butte, Deputy Operations Dyer. Here. Branch 5, Lee. Here. Bravo, Bravo, Matson. Here. Bravo X-Ray, Becerra. Here. All right, down on Branch 5, that's where a lot of the work has been done over the last couple of days to get that all taken care of. We do have potential repop of Cohasset over the next couple of days. I'm hoping within the next 4 days. There is a lot of hazard trees up there, so get up in there. Let's identify those hazard trees, work with the fellow bunchers up there and the fallers up there, get them taken down so that we can get those folks back into their house nice and safe. As we move up onto the eastern side, coming up 32 corridor, they took care of we had a little island down there below Forest Ranch. Took care of that yesterday with a firing op. Let's make sure it's cooled down, take care of the smokes. There's not many in there, but we do have a lot of folks back in their houses. You're the ambassadors for all the work you've done, so let's continue helping those folks out in whatever needs they have. As we move up a little bit above Forest Ranch, we're going to start repopulating a little bit further up as well over the next couple days, so take that into consideration. All right, Branch 20. Jerry. Trainee Bartow. Here. Bravo Foxtrot, Con. Here. Trainee Clifford. Here. Bravo Hotel, Alvarez. Here. Bravo Kilo, Carp. Here. Bravo November, Top. Here. All right. Branch 20, this is our priority division, or excuse me, priority branch for the day. As you move up and around the top part of 32 and that Humboldt where we had that slop over a couple days ago, we still got to make sure that's cool. There's a lot of heat still in there. It's definitely a lot of work was done yesterday. It's looking much better, but let's keep it in its footprint. And as it moves around down into the Branch 15 area and our partners over there, please tie that in and work with our partners who are working up in that Branch 15 area to get those lines. We've got our contingency lines are all going in there. There's going to be a lot of equipment moving through that area. About 50 plus dozers are going to be moving through that area, so please be cognizant of that as well. Moving down in that 32 that we fired a couple of days, the rollout's tremendous and the trees are coming down. So keep your head up. We got a lot of smoke and it's hard to see in that area. So watch out for those hazard trees, identify them, get them down on the ground, use your safety caution as well in there. I don't want any trees coming down into vehicles or on top of people, so please be careful up in that area. But we do need to mop it up, watch for the rollout, get that buttoned up before that weather comes in. So please take care of that. All right, Branch 25, Gorham. Here. Trainee Kidwell. Here. Bravo Papa, Sekeli. Bravo Tango, Martin. Bravo Victor, Cepeda. All right. So in branch 25, we still have to take care of our contingency lines behind you guys, as well as that Forest Ranch area. So please work in that area with our contingency, support them, get those lines in, those secondary lines. It's looking pretty good, and I got a lot of confidence in that 32 corridor. But let's make sure it's buttoned up and make sure we got those smokes taken care of. Moving over into contingency, we've got Boston. So he's got a big job today. I have full confidence in Gus and taking care of all of our operation plans and the big picture, getting our primary lines above us and to the north and contingency lines as well. Thank you for all your hard work. Have a good shift, you guys. Please be safe. Please take a look at all the little things and let's get them taken care of.
Okay, a couple reminders. Your division breakouts are out past the bleachers on the back. Your undersigned resources will be over here. As far as meetings, it's been noted that we have the cooperatives meeting virtually. We'll be in the harvest room over here, and Tehama will be in the Tehama room. Meetings will be 1700 hours. Will be the planning meeting. Will be over in the harvest. Your next meeting will be here tomorrow morning at 0700. And closing comments, Unified IC, Todd Mack and Billy C.
Good morning. Start off with a big thank you. Thanks for the hard work that's been going on since day one of the incident. Fire's tested all of us. It's kept us moving. It's kept us guessing at times. Right actions have been taken continually, day after day after day. Probably don't say thank you enough from the incident commander level, but I'm going to start off this morning with a thank you. The other message I'm going to leave you with is going direct when it's possible is exactly what I like to do. It's what makes sense, as long as we're contingency driven as well. So direct, but planning for if we can't get in there, and I know that's what's happening, and I appreciate that. Continue to stay safe and aggressive, and we'll get around this. Thank you.
All right, good morning. 270 miles of perimeter. You guys have gained 18% containment on this. That equates out to nearly 50 miles of perimeter control in 7 days. This thing's moved out in the first 60 hours, 5,000 acres an hour. Okay? You've done a lot of great work down here around Chico and Butte County getting the public back in that were adversely affected and evacuated. We still have a lot more work to do in there. Look at this northeast corner. That's a tough chunk of piece of ground to get into. We get that. We're going to take this one step at a time, keep moving forward. Each day we gain successes. We gain those wins. But I need you to understand, we got adverse conditions coming. Potential thunderstorms, potential winds, increased temperatures, decreased relative humidities. We're going into the heart of fire season starting in August. We got a long road ahead of us. Stay safe out there, be patient, take advantage of the conditions we have today, double down and move forward, but have that pace map in the back of your mind on where we're going in case something stands up and starts running. Thank you.
And that concludes your operational briefing. Unassigned resources over here to my right, division breakouts out in the back. If you're in the Tehama zone, please report up to the stage. Once